What's up, Grayson Report? Happy Thursday. How is everyone doing? I want to give a shout out to Tammy Trixie. Thank you for becoming a member of the Wolf Pack. Hearts for Trixie, guys. D Nice, Wendy, Dusty Lane, Carol. Hope your power comes on real soon. Gunner Girl, what is up? Matthew, hot spooky fun in the summertime. How's everyone doing and how's everyone's week going while we wait for people to trickle in? I do have a few articles I would like to share with you today. Joanne, how's it going? As we wait, I was woken up to the news that we lost another legendary actor, Donald Sutherland, the father of Kiefer Sutherland. He was 88 years old. Joanne goes very hot here in South Ontario. I think we're supposed to get hotter this weekend, like in the low 90s. So while I wait for people to trickle in, I'll share this article. Emily, what is up? So the legendary actor, I hate pop-ups, let me click them off. Actor Donald Sutherland has passed away at 88. After a long battle with illness, it's been announced this afternoon that the legendary Emmy-winning actor Donald Sutherland has passed away in Miami, Florida at the age of 88. Son Kiefer Sutherland writes on Twitter, "With heavy heart, I tell you that my father Donald Sutherland has passed away. I personally think one of the most important actors in the history of film. Never daunted by a role, good, bad, or ugly, he loved what he did and did what he loved, and no one can never ask for more than that, a life well lived." Donald Sutherland made a handful of notable pit stops in horror genre throughout his multiple-decade career on the screen, which kicked off back in the early 60s. Here in the horror world, Sutherland is known for his roles in Don't Look Now, which came out in 1973, Invasions of the Body Snatchers. I've heard of that film. I've never had a chance to watch it. I am now going to check it out because I know some people have mentioned this is one of their favorite films with him in it. And most recently, Stephen King's adaptation, Mr. Harrington's Phone, which I had seen. Sutherland also starred in films including The Castle of the Living Dead, Dr. Terror's House of Horrors, The Rosary Murders, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Citizen X, Fallen, Virus, Salem's Lot, and An American Haunting. Donald Sutherland won a Primetime Emmy for his role in 1995 Citizen X, his performance landing him the Outstanding Supporting Actor in a miniseries or a special honor. He also won a Golden Globe for the same performance and later won his second Golden Globe for 2002's Path of War. Other films and television shows that landed Sutherland nominations at the Golden Globes throughout his career included MASH, which I had no idea he was in, Ordinary People, and The Undoing. I used to watch MASH on reruns. I used to love that show. Sutherland lent his one-of-a-kind gravitas to countless other notable projects throughout his career, including The Dirty Dozen, Clute, The Day of the Locust, The Kentucky Fried Movie, Animal House, Murder by Decree, Backdraft, JFK, 6 Degrees of Separation, Outbreak, great film, A Time to Kill, Space Cowboys, Frankenstein's, and the Hunger Game franchise. Deadline notes this afternoon, Donald Sutherland is survived by his wife, Francine Rosette, sons Rogue, Rosif, Angus, and Kiefer, daughter Rachel, and 4 grandchildren. So he had a fulfilling life with a many accomplishments. I hope to have accomplishments like that one day. Oh, the movie MASH. Never mind. I miss Lisa. Boo, what's up? Okay, never mind. That's why I probably didn't know he was in it. The movie MASH. I apologize. Dusty goes, he was in Clute with Jane Fonda, where I first saw him. Joanne goes, he was in Animal House. Dusty goes, oh, sad. I had not heard this. Love Donald Sutherland. Rest in peace. I was kind of shocked. I was like, oh my God, I grew up with, with him and his son on screen. So it's crazy. Gunner Girl, yes, so sad. Such a great actor. He gave us a lot of great movies. Rest in peace. Julissa, what is up? Nerd Report in the house. Leonore, how's it going? Project Metal Music, A up. Leonore goes, fact, Animal House wouldn't have been made without Donald Sutherland. Matthew goes, he was Hawkeyed in the film before it got the series. Gotcha. I don't think I've ever seen the movie. That's why I didn't know. I wasn't aware there was a movie. I apologize, guys. Kimberly, how's it going? Emily, I do agree with you. Kiefer looks just like him. He was an incredible actor. So sad. Patrick, what is up? Body Snatchers freaked me out. I heard it, like I said earlier, I've heard of that film, but I have not had a chance to see that. I am definitely checking it out. Because like I said, I've seen a lot of articles that have said that Body Snatchers happens to be one of their favorite films. So I do want to check it out. Project Metal Music, thank you for being a member of the Wolf Pack for 8 months. Rest in peace, Donald Sutherland. Hearts for Project Metal Music for being a member of the Wolfpack for 8 months. Thank you, Project Metal Music. I appreciate that. Matthew goes, no problem, Lisa. We always got to learn new old stuff. Kimberly goes, I've seen a lot of horror movies. I have too, but there's a few that I have missed along the way. So I do have a bunch that I'm definitely putting on my list, as well as some new ones that I'm waiting to come on streaming onto a streaming service to where you don't have to pay, that where it's already on streaming. Because I know some of them are already on streaming. I just don't. I wait for them to come off the video on demand. Gunner Girl goes, have you seen Kiefer and Designated Survivor? It's so good. It's a Netflix series. No, I have not. I'll have to check that out. Doof Doof! How's it going? I'm glad you are on the mend. I saw your message earlier that you were feeling a bit better. So good to hear. Doof Doof goes, I am on the mend. Thank you. It's good to hear. Good to hear. It's always good to hear when someone is on the mend after a procedure. All right, guys, before I get into the spooky roads in America, most spooky roads, or haunted roads, I should say, in America, this popped up the other day, and it looks like I have to subscribe to see this. I hate when they do this. Hold on, let me find another article, because the one I had picked, another one has appeared. A monolith has appeared, or monolith has appeared in Vegas. I believe there's also one that's in Utah. I do remember them mentioning one in Utah, and I believe also there's one here in California as well. Of course, the New York Times wants me to pay to see the article. And I believe there's some also that had appeared in Europe as well. Project Metal Music goes, you need to watch Kelly's Heroes. Donald Sutherland played Oddball. He was really funny in it. I will check that out. I'm always looking for new movies to watch, regardless if it's horror or not. Though I have a special spot in my heart for horror. So a mysterious monolith appears in Nevada desert, police say. No one knows who's doing this, as far as I know. A mysterious monolith has appeared near a peak in the Nevada desert, Las Vegas police said. Las Vegas Metro Police said in a social media post Monday that the reflective object was spotted close to Gas Peak, a hiking area with a summit of nearly 7,000 feet over the weekend. Authorities didn't appear to know how it got up there and said it was found by the Las Vegas search and rescue team north of the Las Vegas Valley. I can imagine there's no one probably hiking up in that area. It's probably super hot. Depends on how high that area is. We see a lot of weird things when people go hiking, not being prepared for the weather, not bringing enough water. But check this out, police said. So this is a picture of the monolith, and as I said earlier, there was also one spotted in Utah. I believe there's one here in California somewhere, and also a few in Europe, if I'm not mistaken. There's someone placing these monoliths and they have no idea who's doing it, as far as I know. Which is kind of weird. In the same post, police urged police to take precaution before hiking, including researching the weather forecast, carrying additional aid, water, and food, and bringing a light source as well as a fully charged phone, because they know a bunch of people, if they will brave the heat, I'm sure it's still hot in this area as well, are going to try to see it. Gas Peak is the highest peak in the Vegas range of the southern Nevada and is located about 20 miles from the north of Las Vegas. Here's another view of the monolith. It is kind of cool. Similar looking monoliths have appeared in recent years. Earlier this year, a 10-foot tall monolith that looked like some sort of UFO popped up on a hill in Wales, and nobody knew how it got there. In 2020, an unexplained structure was found in a remote area of southeastern Utah. Others also appeared in Romania, Colorado, and California that year. Many assume those cases were some form of art installation that brought comparisons to the monolith in the movie 2001 A Space Odyssey. I was trying to find a meaning to the monolith, but there wasn't really anything but stuff popping up about the movie, which is not what I wanted. I wanted like an actual like kind of meaning to it, because I feel like there's some sort of folkloric meaning to it, but I couldn't find anything. Wiki does have a definition of a monolith, which is nothing like the article at all, or like what is pictured in the article, but a monolith is a geological feature consisting of a single mass of stone or rock, such as some mountains. Erosion usually exposes the geological formations, which are often made of very hard and solid igneous or metamorphic rock. Some monoliths are volcanic plugs, solidified lava filling the vent of an extinct volcano. So it's not what is pictured there. I could not find any like I was saying, any folkloric meaning to it, because I feel like there should be one. Bernadette, what is up? Kimberly goes, it's so spooky. It is, because nobody knows who's doing it, and it just appears like out of nowhere, which I think is cool. It's super cool. I think it's just someone that's trying to make a statement, is what it is, mostly. But there's really nothing else besides that could describe it, except for the movie that had a monolith in it. The 2001 Space Odyssey. But I'm thinking it's just Emily Goes Aliens. You never know. I mean, the logical explanation, it's like an art installation, like someone with money, I'm assuming, because there's no way they're gonna log that thing throughout the desert. There's no way. And it's placed in areas where you can't really get to it too well unless you hike to it. So there's no way someone's gonna to carry this thing. So it's either gotta get there by helicopter or something. And they're probably doing it like at the middle of the night or to go unnoticed or something. And it's someone with money. So it's someone trying to make a statement is what I'm thinking, but it could very well be aliens, you never know. Joanne goes a laser image, but it's actually police that are posting these photos of it. So it's an actual like I guess what statue, I guess is what you could call it. But it's not a hologram, it's an actual thing. Leonard goes alien living markers like farm fields? Maybe. There's two. I mean, I'm more toward it's someone doing it that has money that wants to make a statement. An artistic statement, but you never know. Yeah, I don't know what is going on through this person's head. I guess the last one that was spotted in Utah was in 2020, so it was 4 years ago. So Patrick goes, I wonder if you could look up past helicopter flights around the area. You might be able to. I am not sure. I know. I mean, there's got to be an app or something out there that does that, because we've got apps that tell us when why a fire truck was dispatched. I know a lot of people in my area use that. I don't use it, but I know a lot of people, because they'll go on social media. Oh, there's a bunch of cop cars down at the corner of so and so. What happened? And then somebody will be like, oh, it's an accident, and they'll pull up an app. So I'm pretty sure there's some sort of app out there that someone created that can tell you flight paths of helicopters and airplanes. I'm pretty sure. But it's still kind of cool to look at. And then here's the picture of the one that's in California. This is the one, a picture of a monolith that stands on a Stadium Park hillside in Atascadero, California. And this was December of 2020. And I believe the Utah one was a while ago too, as well. The article had mentioned 2020 as well. Doof Doof, thank you for being a member of the Wolf Pack for 14 months. Wow, 14 months time does fly. Thank you, Doof Doof, I appreciate it. Hearts for Doof Doof, guys. Bernadette goes, is there an app to tell me where that pinche duck is at? Thank you, Bernadette, for reminding me. As always, Skeledeck is somewhere in this background. Just remind me at the end of the stream, because I will forget, and I will reveal his location for people that don't know what he looks like. I do have a picture of him. Let me see if I can pull him up real quick. He is in the upper right-hand corner. That is what Skeledeck looks like. Just remind me, and I will reveal his location at the end of the stream. But there is no app to locate him because he has no tracking device on him. No Apple AirPod or whatever the heck those things are called. I know a lot of people put them on their cats. In fact, I saw a cat when I was walking that had one on. Beautiful cat, though. Lisa Boo goes, well, he is not being naughty tonight, silly. No, he's not. I think you could still see him. All right, guys. We are going to get into the most haunted roads in the US. The roads that you should dare to drive down alone at night. I know I probably won't be driving down these at night because I can't see very well at night. Well, it's probably due to my headlamps on my car, but that's okay. They work. I just need to polish them. But, and also too, on those very dark 2-lane highways, if there's a car coming toward me with bright lights, it kind of blinds me too as well. And didn't used to when I was younger, but now it does. So I'm kind of cautious when I drive at night now. Or in the rain. The rain I cannot see at all. But luckily it doesn't rain too much here. So this is the 16 of the most haunted roads in the US. It was updated recently, so it did come out recently. Leonora goes, new car lights are bright. They are, because when I first got the car, they were bright. I could see everything, but as the car ages, it loses its poof. But I do just need to polish them. I do have a kit. I just need I misplaced my painter's tape because they suggest putting painter's tape around it while you're doing it so it doesn't get on your paint. So I need to find that before I can do it. Joanne goes, same here with night rain driving, especially when it's raining. Like I'm like the slowest person on the road. I don't know how these people, they're driving past me like going 50 and 60. I'm like, how the hell can you see? Dusty, I do that. You have to train your eyes to look at the side of the road. I do that, but it still blinds me. I've always done that, but because the older you get, the less efficiency your eyes have. You lose the efficiency of your eyes. And yes, I know I already have glasses, but Julissa goes, I don't enjoy driving at night anymore. It's not that bad if there's not that many cars on the road, but it's just just every once in a while the lights will hit me just right. And I'm like, oh. So if you are a fan of spooky stories and ghost sightings, you might hit the road and explore some of the most haunted roads in the US. From the infamous Clinton Road in New Jersey, which I think I had spoke about in a previous stream, to the Devil's Highway in New Mexico, there are plenty of eerie stretches of pavement to explore. These haunted roads offer plenty of thrills and chills, from ghost sightings to eerie stories. There's no shortage of paranormal activity on these stretches of pavement. So buckle up and get ready for a spooky adventure on some of the spookiest roads in the US. P.S. You won't find me on these roads, at least at night. Spooky creeps me out. You'll find me checking out some fall foliage road trips. And this was written in May of 2024, and they're already talking about fall foliage road trips. History of hauntings on American roads. As long as there have been roads in America, there have been stories of ghostly apparitions and unexplained phenomenon. Some of the most haunted roads in the U.S. have been the site of tragic accidents, violent crimes, and untimely deaths. Others are said to be cursed by ancient spirits or haunted by restless ghosts. One of the most famous haunted roads is Route 66, which stretches from Chicago to Santa Monica. This iconic highway has been the site of countless ghostly encounters, from phantom hitchhikers to spectral cowboys. Other haunted roads include the Blue Ridge Parkway in Virginia, which is said to be haunted by the ghost of Civil War soldiers, and Highway 666 in New Mexico, which is rumored to be cursed by Native American spirits. In recent years, paranormal investigators and thrill seekers have flocked to some of the most haunted roads in the U.S. in search of ghostly encounters. These roads have become popular tourist destinations with ghost tours and haunted attractions, drawing visitors worldwide. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, there's no denying the eerie atmosphere of some of the most haunted roads in the U.S., from the deserted highways to winding back roads. These haunted routes will likely send shivers down your spine. Yes, Julissa, when I was like kind of proofreading this article, I did see that there is a Route 666. I was like, what? Route 66, the Ghostly Trail. If you're looking for a road trip that's both scenic and spooky, Route 66 might be the perfect choice. This historic highway spans over 2,400 miles across 8 states, from Illinois to California, and is known for its many ghost stories and legends. One of the most haunted stretches of Route 66 is in Arizona, where travelers have reported seeing a ghostly woman in a white dress hitchhiking along the road. Legend has it that she was killed in a car accident while trying to catch a ride. One of the most famous haunted spots on Route 66 is the town of Amboy, California. The small desert town is home to the abandoned Roy's Motel and Cafe, which is said to be haunted by the ghost of its former owner. Visitors have reported seeing strange lights and hearing unexplained noises coming from the motel, which has been closed for years. Another spooky spot on Route 66 is the town of Glen Rio, Texas. This ghost town was once a bustling stop along the highway, but now it's completely abandoned. Visitors have reported seeing ghostly figures wandering the streets at night, and some have even claimed to hear the sound of ghostly laughter. If you are brave enough to take on Route 66, keep your eyes peeled for ghostly apparitions or unexplained phenomenon. Who knows what ghostly encounters you might have on this historic highway? Matthew goes, Route 66 is a good movie starring Lou Diamond Phillips. Gunner Girl goes, Lisa, Jim used to be a dealer, and he said he will bring his stuff to Mad Monster and do it for you. He's really good. He did it for 25 years. Okay. That would be cool. I agree with you, Leonore. I have not seen Route 666 with Lou Diamond Phillips. I think I remember Lou Diamond Phillips mostly because he was in Young Guns. I do remember that. I know he was in other ones, but I mostly remember him in Young Guns because I was a huge Charlie Sheen fan at the time when I was younger. So I was watching all Charlie Sheen's movies. Clinton Road, New Jersey, Dark Highway. Clinton Road in West Milford, New Jersey is known as one of the most haunted roads in the U.S. This 10-mile stretch of pavement has a history of strange occurrences that have made locals and visitors uneasy. Famous legends associated with Clinton Road: a ghostly Camaro that chases drivers down the road. According to the tale, if you see the car in your rearview mirror, you must speed up or risk being chased off the road. That is crazy. A ghost boy who haunts the bridge near Dead Man's Curve. If you toss a coin into the water below and make a wish, the ghost boy will appear and make your wish come true. I had spoke about the ghost boy in a previous stream, but when I had spoke about this road, they had never mentioned a ghostly Camaro, but it doesn't say what year. Like, what year Camaro are we looking at? The abandoned Cross Castle. The castle was built in the 20s by a wealthy man who eventually went bankrupt and left the property. Since then, the castle has been left to decay and has become a popular spot for ghost hunters. Chris, Chris, what is up? Sabrina, how's it going? Sabrina goes, I lived by Amboy Road when I lived on the 29 Palms Marine Base. I had actually activity in my house there. Wow. Shades of Death Road, New Jersey. If you're looking for a road with an ominous name and a reputation to match, Shades of Death Road in New Jersey is the perfect destination. It almost reminds me of 50 Shades of Grey. 50 Shades of Death Row in New Jersey. This 7-mile stretch of road has been the site of countless accidents, murders, and other strange occurrences over the years. Legend has it that the road got its name from several malaria outbreaks that killed many of the area's early settlers. Others say it's because of the many fatal accidents that have occurred on the road over the years. One of the most notorious spots on the road is a bridge that is said to be haunted by the ghost of a woman who was murdered there. Some have reported seeing her ghostly figure walking along the side of the road or even floating above the bridge. Kyle, what is up? Route 2A of Haynesville, Maine. If you're looking for a spooky drive in Maine, Route 2A in Haynesville is worth checking out. And we all know that Stephen King is obsessed with Maine. Legend has it that a ghostly woman in white appears on the road. It's always a ghostly woman in white, causing drivers to swerve and lose control of their vehicles. Some people have also reported seeing strange lights and hearing unexplained noises while driving on Route 2A. One theory behind the hauntings is that the road was built over an old Native American burial ground, and the spirits of the deceased are still lingering in the area. Another theory is that the road is haunted by the ghost of a woman who died in a car accident on the road many years ago, which makes sense. Chris was watching the X-Files? What? No, I'm just kidding. Jeremy Swamp Road, Connecticut. If you are looking for a spine-chilling drive, Jeremy Swamp Road in Southbury, Connecticut is the place for you. Legend has it that a woman was hit by a car and killed while walking along the road, and her spirit still haunts the area. Drivers have reported seeing her ghostly figure on the side of the road or even in the back seat of their car. That is freaky. In addition to the woman's ghost, there have been reports of strange noises and unexplained sightings of figures in the woods. Some people have even claimed to see a ghostly horse-drawn carriage traveling down the road. That is creepy. And this is in Connecticut. Bernadette goes, let me guess, she's wearing a white dress. We need a lady in red or something, or purple. Yeah, she probably she probably was Bernadette. Jungle Habitat, New Jersey. Once a popular wildlife park, Jungle Habitat closed down in the 70s and has been left to decay ever since. The overgrown vegetation and rusted cages create a haunting backdrop for your drive. Many visitors have reported strange occurrences while driving through Jungle Habitat. Some have seen ghostly figures lurking in the bushes, while others have heard unexplained noises from abandoned buildings. Wendy goes, New England is haunted as F. The Devil's Wash Bowl, Vermont. The Devil's Wash Bowl in Vermont is a must-see if you're looking for a spooky drive. This winding road is surrounded by dense forest and is said to be haunted by the spirits of those who perished in a tragic accident. According to local legend, a group of travelers were making their way down the road when they were suddenly caught in a fierce storm. The heavy rain caused a landslide, sending their carriage careening off the road and into the washbowl below. Today, some say that you could still hear the screams of the victims echoing through the trees. Others claim to have seen ghostly apparitions standing by the side of the road. Bernadette goes, give me a ghost that wears a dress like Julia Roberts in Pretty Women. Or in Pretty Woman. Mount Misery Road and Sweet Hollow Road, New York. Mount Misery Road is said to be haunted by the ghost of a woman who was killed in a car accident on the road. Some people have reported seeing her ghostly figure walking along the side of the road at night. I was going to say there's a lot of ghost women that were killed in a car accident, but it's a road. Of course it's going to happen. Others have reported hearing strange noises and feeling a sense of unease while driving on the road. Sweet Hollow Road is also known for its paranormal activity. One of the most famous legends associated with the road is that of Mary's grave. According to the legend, a young girl named Mary was killed in a car accident on the road and buried in a nearby cemetery. Some people claim that if you visit the cemetery at night and say, "Mary, I have your baby," her ghost will appear. In addition to these legends, there have been reports of strange lights and apparitions on both Mount Misery Road and Sweet Hollow Road. Some people have even claimed to have seen UFOs in the area. Dun dun dun! Kyle, what's going on? I was looking for the article about the haunted highway here on the island. Wendy goes, a spirit that can't move on. Well, it sounds like that this Mary's grave, because they're saying if you say, "Mary, I have your baby," her ghost will appear. So it must have been maybe she was pregnant when she had died. And that's what she's still like urging, like she has an urge for it even after death still. And it's obvious that that's what she's looking for, possibility. It's sad. But I would not say, "Mary, I have your baby," when I don't have her baby. That's kind of wrong. Bloody Bridge, Wisconsin. The Bloody Bridge is located in St. Francis and has been the site of many ghostly sightings and paranormal activities. The legend of the Bloody Bride Bridge goes like this. A newlywed couple was driving across a bridge on their wedding night when they got into a terrible argument. The bride stormed out of the car and ran away into the woods. The groom chased after her but was unable to find her. The next day, the bride's body was found hanging from the bridge. Woo. Since then, people have reported seeing the ghost of the bride wandering around the bridge at night. Some have even claimed to see her hanging from the bridge. Others have reported hearing strange noises and feeling a cold breeze. That is crazy. I agree with you, Wendy. Don't tempt nor taunt the dead. I agree. But I mean, if you're kind of doing a paranormal investigation and you kind of have to a little bit, but I feel like the way that had said, like, "Mary, I have your baby," I would not say that. I don't know. I would not say that to to make contact with the spirit. I just feel like that's wrong. Especially if they're looking for their child, or it didn't say anything about a child, but I'm just by just those words, I'm assuming that's what she's looking for. And to say that you have it and she comes out and then she sees that you don't have her baby, like, what's going to happen next after that? I'm like, no. Boy Scout Lane, Stevens Point, Wisconsin. At first glance, nestled in the serene outskirts of Stevens Point, Wisconsin, Boy Scout Lane might seem like any other quiet tree-lined road. According to enduring tales, the road was named after a tragic incident where a troop of Boy Scouts perished in the 1950s during a camping trip. The scouts are said to still linger on the lane, with hikers reporting unsettling sounds of footsteps and distant echoes of laughter and whispers, as if the boys are eternally retracing their fateful hike. Wendy goes, nope, wrath. Bernadette. Leonore goes, it could be the wind. Stagecoach Road, Claremont County, Ohio. Stagecoach Road in Claremont, hopefully I'm saying that right, County, Ohio, is steeped in history and mystery. The ghost of Elizabeth, a young woman from the 1800s, is said to have been murdered here. She reportedly haunts this former stagecoach route. On foggy nights, travelers have spotted her spectral figure and heard her cries, creating an unnerving experience for those who encounter her lingering spirits. I've heard of Resurrection Cemetery, and I think it's popped up on my feed, my YouTube feed, and I think I've spoke about it too. Resurrection Cemetery, Archer Road, Justice, Illinois. Resurrection Cemetery, Archer Road in Justice, Illinois is a must visit if you're looking for a spooky drive. According to the legend, Mary was a young woman who died in a car accident while on her way home from a dance at the O. Henry Ballroom. Her spirit is said to haunt Archer Road. Some claim she can be seen hitchhiking and asking for a ride to the cemetery. Many people have reported seeing a young woman in a white dress, walking along the road. Some have even claimed to have given her a ride only to have her disappear from her car. But Resurrection Mary isn't the only ghost on Archer Avenue. The road is also home to the ghost of a Civil War soldier who is said to haunt the nearby cemetery, as well as the ghost of a young boy who was killed in a car accident. Nikki Bella, how's it going? Chris is like, Claremont County, too far away. The Devil's Promenade near Hornet, Missouri. If you're looking for a spine-tingling drive, the Devil's Promenade near Hornet, Missouri might be the road for you. The isolated stretch of road has been the site of many unexplained phenomena and ghost sightings. Legend has it that the devil himself appears on this road, often as a hitchhiker. Note to self, do not drive down this road. Drivers who pick him up report feeling an overwhelming sense of dread and unease. Some have even claimed that he disappears from the car while still moving. But the Devil's Promenade is not just known for its hitchhiking demon. Visitors have reported seeing ghostly figures walking along the side of the road, strange lights in the sky, and hearing eerie sounds that seem to come from nowhere. Emily goes, I grew up near there. The Phantom Hitchhiker of Highway 50 in Nevada. As you drive down Highway 50 in Nevada, you may encounter a hitchhiker in the middle of the night, but be warned, this hitchhiker may not be what they seem. Legend has it that a young woman was killed in a car accident on this stretch of road many years ago. Since then, drivers have reported picking up a female hitchhiker who disappears from the car before reaching her destination. Some have even reported feeling a cold chill or seeing the hitchhiker's ghostly image in their rear view mirror. Okay, it was Highway 666, but it's actually they renamed it Highway 491 in New Mexico. Emily Parkinson says that she used to live near Resurrection Cemetery. Oh, that is cool. If you're looking for a spooky road to drive on, Highway 491 in New Mexico might fit the bill. This road was formerly known as Highway 666, leading some to believe it was cursed. One of the most famous legends associated with Highway 491 is the story of a ghostly hitchhiker. According to legend, a woman in a white dress will appear on the side of the road looking for a ride. If you stop to pick her up, she'll vanish as soon as she gets in the car. Like, door open and everything? That would be creepy. Dusty goes, my nosy neighbor just came by to check things out over here. Oh, I hate when that happens. Leonora goes, that's the worst. You use that mirror to check behind you and bang a ghost? No way. Yes. That would creep me out. Emily goes, another white freaking dress. I guess when you die, I guess spirits don't have color. I mean, no, I've read articles where people have actually seen like a loved one, but they're not wearing white. They're actually wearing actual clothing. So like it makes no I would think they would be wearing the clothing that they had died in or something. So or maybe that's just because your lights are reflecting off of it and it looks white. I don't know. Prospectors Road, Georgetown, California. Prospectors Road in Georgetown, California is known for its eerie atmosphere and strange occurrences. One of the most commonly reported sightings on Prospectors Road is that of a ghostly figure of a prospector. Legend has it that the prospector was searching for gold in the area and died in a mining accident. Many people claim to have seen his ghost wandering along the road searching for his lost treasure. Kyle goes, talk about ghosting. Wendy's asking, do you all dream in color? I do. I dream in color, and sometimes my dreams, if I'm in my room and dreaming, it's exactly as my room is currently is as it is in my dream. Final thoughts. The most haunted roads in the U.S. As you've read about the 16 most haunted roads in the U.S., you may wonder what draws people to these eerie locations. Some may seek out the thrill of a potential encounter with a ghostly apparitions. Others may be interested in the historical significance and folklore surrounding these roads. Whether the reason these haunted highways have captured the imagination of many, from the winding curves of Route 66 to the desolate stretches of Highway 666. Oh my God, I wish I would have the sign from that. The actual highway sign that said 666. Oh my God, that would be so cool. Each road has its own unique story to tell. While some may dismiss these tales as mere superstition, others believe that something truly supernatural is at play. Whether you're a skeptic or a believer, there's no denying the fascination that these haunted roads hold. So if you're feeling brave, why not take a road trip and explore these spooky locations yourself? Remember to keep your wits about you, as you never know what otherworldly encounters may await you on the open road. These were super cool. I also have another article that they did not mention. They did not mention this road in this article. And it is Mystery Mile in Pennsylvania. I've always dreamed in color. Even when I was dreaming about my grandfather, it was in color. It kind of wasn't, because I was dreaming him in dark colors, but then I was wearing dark color, like black. So I feel like it's still in color, technically. It's Mystery Mile. I believe Mystery Mile is in Pennsylvania, which that article had not mentioned. Click off these ads. So this is from the Daily Mail. Daily Mail is kind of, I want to guess it's kind of like a tabloid site in the UK, if I'm not mistaken. But they do have interesting stories. The creepy history of Mystery Mile, the most democratic of the haunted places in America. So, a winding road in Pennsylvania is said to be haunted by the ghosts of children and a couple who died in a tragic accident in the 1800s. It has been dubbed Mystery Mile, and supernatural enthusiasts believe it has all of the hallmarks of a cursed area. The area in Ohioville has a small population, a cemetery at the end of it, and a nuclear power plant nearby. Wow. Leonore goes, I agree with you. Some dreams feel too real. Dusty goes, I don't know if my dreams are in color. I do remember the thoughts and feelings. They're the most democratic of the haunted places. Tom White, archivist and curator of special collections at Duquesne University, I am probably butchering that, told Penn Live, you don't need special permission to be there. You could go to a road as long as you're not doing anything disruptive, or as long as it's not a private road, which very few of these ever are. You're allowed to be there, and it is a place that people can get to easily. There are countless stories of involving paranormal interactions on Mystery Mile over the years. So here's I guess this is part of the Mystery Mile. A winding road in Pennsylvania is said to be haunted by the ghosts of children and a couple who died in a tragic accident. So this is part of what the road looks like. And this is what the cemetery looks like. It looks like a nice quainted. It looks like a nice area, actually. A quaint little cemetery. So over the years, there's been lots of stories, and they go back very far, White said. There are claims that spirits are heard crying, cultists take part in rituals, and animals become dangerous once they cross on to Mystery Mile. Kelly Road is thought to be the area in question as it has a cemetery at the end, Whole Wolf Run, which sits alongside it, is also mentioned. Whole Wolf Run, which sits alongside it, is also mentioned. In the 40s, they changed the direction of Wolf Run and it became a dirt road that forks off, White added. And some people think that originally that was what, back in the 40s and early 50s, the locals called Mystery Mile as a joke, that they started a road and never finished it. The first mile of the road is believed to cause animals to act strange or unhinged and a little violent or aggressive. Others insist the area is under a Native American curse or subject to a satanic cult. White said some people claim it was a curse that natives placed on the land when they were driven out. Regardless of what people believe, they always thought that something strange was happening. He added that people have spotted creepy ghost children in the area where there has supposedly been an abnormal amount of car accidents. There is another tale of a couple in the 1800s who were riding down the road while their horse was spooked and the carriage flipped over, killing the woman instantly. While the man died slowly underneath the wreckage, and there were rumors his voice could still be heard calling for help. On Wolf Run Road, a young girl was playing outside when she disappeared on March 21st of 1956, and her body was discovered nearby, but her death remains a mystery. But she is never mentioned in the discussion of Mystery Mile's various haunted encounters. That is crazy. There wasn't, I was trying to find more on Mystery Mile, but that was about as much as I could find. There wasn't really any in-depth articles. Leonore goes, the road ends to your death. So what did you guys think of those haunted roads, and would you travel on those haunted roads? Bernadette goes, I love going to graveyards, so peaceful people are dying to get in there. Too soon? No. They are peaceful. I don't know. Whenever I drive by, I mean, this sounds weird, but whenever I drive by a cemetery, I feel peace. And I always say, because I feel peace, the people there are at peace. So this particular cemetery that I drive by that I feel peace at, their residents must be at peace. Because I always feel peace and calmness. It's weird. I can't explain it, but That's the only thing I can think of. Like the people, the spirits at the cemetery are at rest and peaceful. Leader goes crazy. I want to try mystery. Emily would check them out. Carol goes, my power is back on. Thank goodness, Carol. Awesome. Emily goes, Bachelor's Grove in Illinois. I want to check out Route 666 or Route 666. But I think, what was it? 491? It is now, I think, is what it's called. Bernadette also goes, yep, I love going to my grandma's gravesite and just meditate. I don't know. I just felt peaceful at one. Wendy goes, I'm so susceptible, but I would go with Lisa and Bernadette. I'll film in the back. Wendy will go with us as long as we go first, right, Wendy? as long as we're in front. Wendy's there. Nothing wrong with that, Wendy. You could be the backup. You could be the backup in behind. If anything comes up at us from behind. I'm just playing with you, Wendy. I think it's cool. Sabrina goes, Route 66 runs by me in Victorville. I've been on, because there's a Route 66 that comes through here. I've been on it. But the one in New Mexico, which is the Route 666, it's not called that anymore. I want to go on that. I don't know why. And like I was saying earlier, it'd be so cool to have that actual sign that said Route 666. I mean, I'm pretty sure you could get it made somewhere, but it'd be cool to have one of the road signs that came off of that. It would be. I'll be like, I got that off the highway. No, it would be cool. I don't know why. Wendy goes, always need your backup, girl. Bernadette, very true. It's not the dead you have to worry about, it's the living. Very true. That's true. Unless you encounter like a demon or something, then but it's very true. It's not the dead you have to worry about, it's the living. Sometimes you go to those places, it's not even the ghosts that you're worrying about. You're worried about the locals. The people that hide in the shadows, you know what I mean? Yeah, that is what you're worried about. Very true. Even hiking during the day, it's like I'm not worried about if I'm hiking a haunted trail during the day. I'm not worried about the ghosts. I'm worried about the people that might be there. All right, guys, I've got one more article, then I'll open it up to questions. This popped up. Kyle goes, the devil's rejects. Yes. Wendy goes, my local be crazy y'all in Tennessee. Leonor goes, I'll hike to the Monolith. I would, but it's the Vegas one. It's probably hotter than hell right now. But you know, some people are going to try it just to see it. If they live in that area, oh, they'll try and see. It'd be cool to see. I mean, I don't blame them. I would go see it. Bertie Dickos, my Tio is very religious, as my Tio used to fart by her and say a demon got loose. Dang, I miss him. Ah, that's cool. Not the missing part. It sucks about the missing part, but that's cool. What he did. That's sweet. Might not sound sweet, but I think it's sweet. That's kind of cool. All right, I guess there's researchers that had stayed at Alcatraz, and they had a haunting experience. Alcatraz Island climate researchers have haunting experience staying in prison cells. So I don't know what they're doing. They're doing some type of research. A team of researchers who built a 3D map of Alcatraz Island to track erosion. Okay, that makes sense. And the effects of climate change spent some spooky nights sleeping in the prison cells that housed some of the nation's most notorious criminals. I've seen it across the bay, but I've never been on the island, and it's on my bucket list. I hope to go to land on Alcatraz. What movie? There was a movie with Nicolas Cage. Was it that had Alcatraz? Was it with Nicolas Cage that had Alcatraz Island in it? I know there's several movies that has Alcatraz in it. But I've always wanted to go to the island, but I've just never had a chance. But it is on my bucket list. During their 3-week stay on the island, the team slept in D Block, where prison authorities kept the most dangerous inmates. That meant no cushy mattresses, showers, or heat. They used communal toilets and brought in their own food. A few cells down from where lead researcher Pete Kesley slept was the cell where infamous inmate Robert Shroud, the Birdman of Alcatraz, spent time. Kelsey's team had full access to areas that are off limits to daily tourists, including the hospital wing with its dentist office, x-ray room, and infirmary. Thank you, Kyle the Rock. And Leonore, thank you. And Bernadette and Carol. I was Gunner Girl. I was thinking Face Off, but then I was like, no, I don't think Face Off was on there. Dusty goes, yes, I'm always afraid of the people, not the spirits around me. Unless it's something demonic, then that would be something, obviously. If something's like throwing me across the room and I can't see it, yeah, then I'd be afraid of it. But most of the time, no. The researchers also slept near the tiled cells with no furnishings where the mentally ill were held. Adjacent to these cells, a dismal shower that locked from the outside, keeping prisoners in. I did not like being in the hospital, said Kelsey. That place gave me the willies. Alcatraz Island is said to be haunted, and according to the team, it is. Kelsey told CBS News Bay Area that while most of his team snored while they slept, one member, a retired law enforcement officer, was exceedingly loud. Team members asked him if he would please sleep inside the mugshot room instead of D Block, which he agreed to do. The next morning, as Kelsey went to retrieve the man to start the day, he found the team member outside the mugshot room sleeping with his gear. When the man woke up, Kelsey asked him what happened, and the volunteer replied he will never, ever sleep again in that room, no matter what. The man explained that in the middle of the night, he woke up to the sounds of a crowd of people in the room above the mugshot room. He said these ghosts were moving furniture around and a non-existent piano began to play. He grabbed his stuff, left the room, and refused to go back in. I don't blame him. From that point on, everyone put up with his snoring. The anecdote mirrors what others have reported about Alcatraz being haunted, with many visitors attesting they have heard unnerving sounds of moaning and crying coming from the cell blocks. Some say inmates and prison guards who died on Alcatraz over the years continue to haunt the island. In addition, some Native American tribes believe the island was a place of malevolent spirits. I was getting tongue twisted there. So, and this is a recent article, and the guy's like, nope, I am never going back in there. Julissa goes, that is no bueno. So that is crazy and they were in areas that tourists don't normally go into. So Dusty goes, I just watched that movie that was based on the trial that closed Alcatraz. I mean, it was a great concept. It was in the middle of nowhere. So if you tried to escape, you had the water that you had to deal with. So, I mean, it was a good concept, but and I guess they're just trying to check to make sure the erosion that has occurred to make sure. I mean, I guess they're probably doing like a safety inspection too while they're there, I'm assuming, to make sure it's safe. Kimberly goes, I'm glad you women are not scared of ghosts. I am not, but you never know. Matthew goes, yes, cold and rough water, which it makes. I mean, even the prisons that are in the desert too, in the summertime, that's. I mean, I guess that's the best place to put a prison because it's not around anybody, so it's safe. But like even in the middle of summer where temperatures get over 100 degrees, like, would you even try to escape that too as well? But I mean, there's people that are adventurous that try. I know there's a prison here in Chino. And I know you guys, the people who live here in SoCal will know, but and I guess they were moving some dangerous criminals there, so people were complaining. I was like, I mean, I've been here all my life. I even worked in that area for a bit, not at the print, but in that city, and I've never had issues. So I'm pretty sure their security measures are pretty good, but you never know. You got those crazy people that can outsmart the system. But one day it is on my bucket list, and I will go on the Rock and check it out one of these years. All right, guys, I am going to open it up to questions. Do you guys have any questions? Could be paranormal related, could be, doesn't have to be paranormal related, it could be anything. Leonora goes, imagine if those walls could talk. Exactly. Exactly. The things that it would tell us. Oh, so crazy. Wendy goes, where is the peach? Guys, I'll give you a few more minutes to look for his location. He is on the screen, guys, somewhere. But I'll give you a few more minutes because when I have the articles up, it's hard to see the background. So I'll give you guys a few more minutes. Leonora goes, Birdman of Alcatraz. They did mention him in the article that they had stayed. I guess the researchers were staying next to the cell that used to be his. Kimberly goes, if Sigourney Weaver was possessed by Zool and turns into a terror dog. Dusty goes, they had dungeons in the basement. And I'm pretty sure they don't. I don't know. Have any of you been on a tour at Alcatraz? I have never, so I don't know like what they walk you through. But it's kind of cool because the researchers were in an area that the tourists don't get to see. So that was kind of cool. Might be why they had activity because nobody goes in those areas probably. Kyle goes, have you ever heard of the true crime story of the Piggy Palace massacre? It's a disturbing story from a... No! That sounds interesting, though. I'm going to check that out. I am. I'm going to write that down. Check something, guys. Oh, Bernadette sent me an article. Hold on, guys. Let me see if I can pull it up here. Give me a second. Let's see. No, I don't need to reopen those. This one. Give me a second, guys. I guess I wasn't signed on to that account in this computer. Julissa goes, yes, most of it is self-guided. It is a cool tour. Leonore goes, you got to reserve like way beforehand, learn the hard way. Julissa goes, that's the place I experienced something in the hospital section of Alcatraz. Oh, cool. Wendy goes, I had a tour of El Morro in San Juan, visited historic jail cells. What? It didn't load it. Hold on, guys. Give me a second. Hold on, guys. Yeah, I know. That was me. It's like security alert. No, it's my other email. Do I have my other email on this computer? Nope, I wasn't logged in on this one. Give me a second, guys. Wendy goes, I love the spooky. Hold on here. You would think I would have. So this one, Bernadette sent me an article. Give me a second, guys. It's called Satan Sheets from Westworld. The website is Westworld. The devil got down at the Regency one Saturday night. By Monday morning, Maruca Salazar's entire 8th grade class was talking about it. I arrived at school and found all my students with their eyes big and wide, all shuddering and totally talkative. Did you hear what happened? Did you hear? The devil got down at the Regency one Saturday night. It's basically repeating the headline. Their teacher hadn't heard. The devil, he appeared last night at Los Caparoles. That's the former Grand Ballroom at the Regency Hotel, which now hosts big Mexican dances on Friday and Saturday nights. My nephew saw it, said one. My cousin saw it. Oh, they all knew one person who was there, Salazar remembers. And they all said at Los Caparoles, this girl was there and she was very dressed up and beautiful. So this handsome young man asked her to dance. They get to the center of the floor and begin to dance, and all of a sudden this woman begins to feel hot and uncomfortable, like something is burning her back where the man is holding her. Pretty soon the woman passes out on the floor and the crowd parts, and it's the devil standing there. Salazar is a teacher, but she's also an artist who appreciates Mexican culture and a mother. I have a teenage daughter, she says, and I thought, wow, this is magic realism, Mexican style. If I'm a mother and I don't want my daughter to sneak out and go places that allow teenage girls to dance with older men, I'm going to encourage this legend to continue. And continue it did. The urban legend spreads from school to school, bar to bar. As it traveled, the story changed. In one version, the devil, a handsome cowboy, left his hoofprints in the Regency's decrepit parking lot. In another, a good-looking guy was on the mechanical bull in the basement and his boot fell off and his hoof was showing, says Debbie Ortega. She's the District 9 Denver City Council representative who had a devil of a time dealing with complaints about the Regency since the once upscale hotel at 3900 Alati Street was purchased in 1999 by Art Cormier, the former owner of Smiley's laundromat. I want him to run his facility the same way every other establishment has to run their business, Ortega explains carefully because Cormier has threatened to sue the councilwoman personally. Since Cormier bought the place, it's collected dozens of life and safety system violations of the city's fire and building codes, but it's also attracted thousands of people to Los Caporales on the weekends. Joe Carmichael, an owner of the nearby opera shop, picks up their trash on Monday. Our parking lot shot, our driveway shot. It's really pretty horrible for us, he says. Carmichael's been in the neighborhood 15 years and remembers when the Regency hosted weddings and proms, and our biggest problem was the crowd for the basketball tournament. Then it was closed for a couple years, and we were really actually pretty excited when we heard someone was going to buy it. Be careful what you wish for. Carmichael, from his business, Carmichael can look right into the trash hotel rooms in the north wing occupied by people one step from homelessness, people who aren't in a position to make many demands on management. Whenever he sees a kid in a second or third floor room where the windows open wide without any barriers, he calls the police. Carmichael's seen a lot at the Regency, but he hasn't seen the devil. Unless it's Art Cormier. 6 weeks ago, Ortega organized yet another meeting of the neighbors and city officials regarding the Regency, and last Thursday, Denver filed suit to prevent the Regency owners and anyone else from using and occupying the Regency Hotel until such time as the hotel property is brought into compliance with the specific provisions of the Denver Fire Code, Denver Zoning Code, and Denver Building Code. That sucks. So I guess it's basically a rundown building that no one could go into. Bernadette goes, I went anyways. I never saw him. Wendy goes, Santa Toria or Santa Toria? Santa. Leonore goes, boo, can't even go in. Bernadette goes, because I didn't want to go into it because it was going into like legal stuff. And I was like, this is. Bernadette goes, they fixed it and now it houses college students. Boo. I hate when they do that. That sucks. I wonder if the college students have seen anything. I mean, I guess it's good for the community because it's not an abandoned building, but still. It was going into like, they're suing him, and I was like, okay. You never know. They might. All right, guys, do you have any questions? Emily goes, maybe renovations is supposed to stir things up. That stories I've read, usually it does stir things up. Bernadette goes, yeah, the devil does keg parties now. Yes. Wendy goes, renovations definitely stir things up. Whenever I read a story, it usually starts off with the activity didn't start until we started remodeling our kitchen or whatever it may be. So I've seen that in many people have said they've had hauntings in their house. Kimberly goes, I'm not sure if you want to visit Alcatraz. Why not? Leonora, true. You got to ask a person. You got to ask a college student that lives there now. But then they're probably having too many parties, so they're not going to know what they're really seeing. They'll be like, yeah, I saw this guy, but then I had a lot to drink that night, so I don't know. Not to say all the college dorm rooms or frat houses are like that, but I never joined one, so I don't know. Wendy goes, unwelcome change, but some girls or some good, like girls laughing. Leonora goes, or the bartender from The Shining. Oh. Julissa goes, Alcatraz is cool. Go in the winter when it gets dark early so you can experience the grounds in the daylight and night. Matthew goes, so many parties, it's the ghost that will pack up and leave. That's true. I mean, like, I can't get any rest in here. F this place. They leave. All right, guys, keep the questions going if you have any questions. D-Dice! What is going on? Had to fight for the shower? What? Bernadette goes, no rest for the wicked. Has anybody had any strange occurrences recently? I haven't. It's been kind of quiet. No knocking on my door. And I've heard it twice, but I haven't had any. No activity in here. It's been kind of quiet. D Nice goes, the eldest shower first apparently still applies in adulthood. Oh. Leonardo goes, see you at my I cannot wait. I am so looking forward to it. I'm not looking forward to the heat, but I'm so looking forward to it. Looking forward to my Dutch Brothers coffee. Looking forward to seeing everybody. I always have a blast. It goes by way too fast, but I always have a blast when I go. Chris caught 2 mice. That is good. I'm glad you caught the mice. They can be pesky. Project Metal Music goes, I have, but it was over 10 years ago with Poltergeist. Ooh, that's crazy. Kind of cool and crazy at the same time. Bernadette still wants to get a tattoo there. I'm always like itching because I see the tattoos and I'm like, it's been years since I got one. I know there's one I do want to get. I do want to get a memorial tattoo for my parents, but I want the right tattoo artist. Not to say the tattoo artists there are bad because I've seen their work. They do pretty good, but I'm kind of because all the other ones I got when I was in my 20s, I just went to whoever, but they ended up being well-known tattoo artists, just not at the time. Now they are. So I've been itching. Julissa goes, no strange occurrences, but my neighbors can bite me today my neighbor's cat bit me today when I pet him, and then a couple of hours got hit by a car in front of my house and died instantly. We are all sad. He loved to. Oh, that is sad. I'm sorry to hear that, Julissa. Dusty goes, Alcatraz is a really is a spooky place. So much evil treatment. Leonardo goes, I need the right art. If you guys want to check out Mad Monster to see if they posted any new, they did post a few new people. D Nice dropped the link. Bernadette goes, I'm going to get a tramp stamp that points down and says enter here. I was like, don't knock tramp stamps, Bernadette. Don't. Trust me. You'll end up getting one. I have one. I swore I would never get one. And I have one. Not what you're saying. Not like that. Wendy goes, I want a tat on my late cattle dog. She was a real red healer, Gingy dog. Aw, that's so cool. That's a cool tattoo. I like cool. I have the tattoo, like the idea, because I put it through AI and they came up with some cool ideas. So I do have the idea, the picture of it, of what I want. I'm just picky about the artist. D-Nice goes, let's see. Wendy, thank you for the super sticker of the cute corgi. Hearts for Wendy, guys. Thank you, Wendy. I appreciate that. Thank you, Wendy. Hearts for Wendy, guys. Leonore goes, I want a dragon tattoo. I have two, Leonore. I am literally the girl with the I'm the girl with the dragon tattoos. It's funny, when that movie came out, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, I go, I'm the girl with the dragon tattoo, but I got two, so I'm the girl with the dragon tattoos. Carol is asking, where is the pinche duck? Well, it is literally, he's covered on my end, but I think you could, oh no, I don't know if you could see him. I think you could see him. You barely could see him. You see that's so cool in the lower left-hand corner? Well, he's right underneath that. You can see him. Barely. He's right there, like right where my finger's pointing. You could see his beak, and then you could see his rib cage. He is right there. You could barely see him, but you could see him. So he's technically on screen. Right there where my finger pointed. He's right where the That's So Cool is, in the lower left-hand corner. Dusty goes, I'm not a fan of tats, mind you. Nothing wrong with that, Dusty. D Nice goes, I still want a tat. I designed it incorporates a horse and a Pisces. Oh, that's cool. Leonore goes, I want a tattoo of a dragon sleeping on the bottom it says don't wake the dragon. Oh, that's cool. Emily goes, curses to that damn duck. I need a magnifying glass. Matthew goes, I barely saw him on my 55-inch TV. Very sneaky, Lisa. Chris, so you see the hashtag That's So Cool in the lower left-hand corner? He is literally like right underneath it. Here, I'll remove the banner. Maybe if I remove the banner, you can probably see it. Give me a second. Let me remove it. Oh, that made it worse. Never mind. So he's literally right underneath the hashtag That's So Cool in the lower left-hand corner. So he's like right there. Like literally. You could see a tiny piece of his beak and a little bit of his rib cage. So he's right there. D Nice goes, I still want this since my surgery scars are somewhat visible on my belly, but a clock pointing to 9 o'clock. Super cool. Project Metal Music goes, I want a 12th tattoo, but don't know what I want. Matthew goes, no tattoos, don't mind them on others, just not on face. I agree with you on that one, Matthew. I don't see the point of them being on your face, but I mean, I guess if you're in the industry where you could have it on your face, that's fine, but I choose not to. I know Deadmau5 has a huge like invader from the game, the Atari game Invaders on his, I don't know what side, but it's on his neck. I don't know about neck tattoos too. I don't know. I'm not a fan of those, but I don't mind if people have them on their face. That's their prerogative, but Emily goes, tattoos could be addicting. I got one. Now I have 7 and no CDs telling me to get. Oh, yes, they were addicting. I think 2 weeks after I got my first one, I got my second one. Lisa Boo goes, haven't decided what tattoo to get. Carol goes, my son, I don't know where dog came from. My son wants me to cover my soldier scars with a wolf. I have 2 wolves tattooed to me as well. But don't be like me and then look at the flash book and go, that's the one I want, because that's pretty much what all my tattoos are. But yeah. But they have meaning to me, so I don't regret them at all. D Nice goes, and then behind my head I want a mouth because I got scars that look like eyes, and my doctor was like, you better not. Kara goes, he could be a dog. Birdie Dick goes, my dog stepped on a bee. Julissa goes, I don't think I'd ever get a tattoo. And I agree with you, Kyle. They are stupid expensive. They are. Those tattoo artists are making bank. But hey, that's they're working for it, so it's not. Dusty goes, can you explain to me why you want a tattoo? Well, some people get tattoos to because it means something to them. Like they'll get a memorial tattoo, like they lost someone. Like I want a memorial tattoo, because I lost both my parents. So some people do that. If they lost their child, they'll get a tattoo. If they'll put their child's name on them. I've seen people do that. It's something that means something to them. It could also mean like you could have gone through a terrible experience and you get this tattoo and it gives you strength and resilience. And it reminds you of who you are today. So it's sometimes, it's either that or you're just into them, because some people are just into them, so they get them. I know the rock scene, a lot of people have tattoos. Even in electronic music scene, people have tattoos. So I mean, biker dudes have tattoos. It just depends. Yeah, see, or D Nice. Some people have scars. I know there's women that had the mastectomies, and they'll get tattoos to cover up the scars. But it's a beautiful reminder for what they went through, type of thing. So it just depends. Tattoos mean different things to different people. Emily goes, my favorite is the dragonfly, and my 4 kids' names are in each of the wings. That is beautiful. Chris goes, I would like a tattoo, but not sure. I want more pain. They're not too painful, but to each his own, because I know people experience different things. Julissa goes, some tattoos are pieces of art, but I'd rather have that on a canvas. True. Leonor goes, for me, I'm very peaceful as a Libra, but push me so far you can wake a dragon, hence don't wake the dragon. See, that's a cool one. Project Metal Mew goes, funny story, when I got my 3rd tattoo, there was this 18-year-old kid that came in and he got the tiniest tat and he started to cry like a baby because of the pain. They're not that bad. Wendy goes, spot on, Lisa. It needs to have a meaning for me. It's hard to tat over scar tissue. D Nice goes, one of my siblings, I am sure she did bad things before, but she has a tattoo that prevents her from cursing people. Ever since we were little, she did claim she was a witch, so I guess it's a good thing. That is a good thing. Project goes, the 11 tats I have mean something to me. Even though I picked my tat, I probably didn't do, because most people, they don't pick from the flash book, but I happen to. But they have meaning to me. So it's not, they tell a story. A lot of times too, the tattoos tell a story of your life. Bernadette goes, I heard the top of the foot is painful. That, your kneecap, your ribs. I've never had them on my ribs. Those areas I've never had them on, but this is what I've heard. Kimberly is scared of needles. Nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of people scared of needles. Kyle goes, I should tattoo hair on the top of my head so I can hide the hair loss. A lot. You know what, Kyle? People do that. They actually do that. They have people tattoo hairlines on them. No lie. Or eyebrows too. People get their eyebrows I guess it's not called tattooed. It's called something else. And Kyle, you look fine. I agree with Leonore. But there are, like I said, there are people that actually do that. Lisa Boot, permanent makeup. There you go. I don't know what they call the hairline, the hair. They don't call it tattooing hair, but they call it something else. There's something else that they call it, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Permanent makeup is the eyebrows and they actually, I think they also do like the mascara, like the lining, the eyeliner. They do that too, I think. D Nice goes, I want brows to not color the people do that. Dermablading. Lisa Boos. Wendy goes, I want threading on my eyebrows. I find that threading works the best. Even though I haven't done it in a while, but I do need to do it. D Nice goes, my mom had her brows done. She said never again. I think my mom my mom as well had her brows done before she passed. Project Metal Music goes, I got 3 tats on my back, and the one on the bottom of my ribs stung like a mofo, but I blocked it out. I mean, I had when I got certain ones, like certain areas, yeah, it did. But once it's the outlining of the tat for me that stings, and the shading. Whenever they got the shading, I was like, shading didn't bother me, but I know some people the shading hurts more than the outlining. So I guess it depends on the person. Leonor goes, damn, in high school girls would shave them off and draw them in. D Nice goes, microblading? I think so. I think it's something like that. Bernadette goes, I actually want to get a hummingbird for my grandma. She was my beautiful hummingbird. That is so cool, Bernadette. Go for it. That's awesome. Lisa Boo goes, shoulder blades hurt too. I've heard. I've got them on the back of my shoulders. That didn't hurt. Just depends on where you put it. I have them on my calves too. Doesn't hurt on my calves. Project Metal Music got one on my chest near my collarbone. That I heard that area hurts. That, Dusty, that does make sense. I guess I can understand that, but tattoos, to me, my generation thinks of them as pegging them into a distinction of the day the Holocaust label. I get how I get it. I understand, Dusty. That makes sense. Makes perfect sense. Julissa goes, how many do I have? I gotta count them. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I have 12, but I got them all. I think the last tattoo I got, I was in my late 20s because I stopped. Because when I found out my mom was sick, I stopped getting tattoos because you cannot donate blood if you have a fresh tattoo. I forgot what the length of time was, but I knew like if I had to help my mom out, so I stopped getting tattoos. So I think the last one I got, I was in my pretty much all of them I got in my early 20s, but I think the last one I got was in my late 20s. Late 20s, early 30s. Oh, I forgot to, 12 or 13. I think I forgot to count one. But I stopped when my mom got sick, just in case I had to help out or donate blood or. D Nice goes, my man and I talk about this. We talked about tattooing our wedding bands once the time comes. I mean, we've been together for almost 11 years. So actually, that's a cool idea. I see a lot of people do that, and I think that's a cool idea. Kyle goes, I used to be an active blood donor. Project Metal Music goes, I got 2 on my right forearm, and those hurt as they go from my elbow to my wrist as the skin is thin. The one I have here, like when he got, because I got my bracelets on, so you can't see, but the one I have flames, and when they got about right here where my fingers pointed, oh, it felt like the needle was going through my hand. But it's been a while. It's been a while since I got a tattoo. A while. And I've been talking about the memorial tattoo like forever. There's like 2 tattoos I want. But the one I've been talking about or thinking about for the longest time is the memorial one that I've been wanting to remember my mom and dad with. Nerd Report goes, make Lisa do jumping jack. I can't do jumping jacks. I'm not in the right clothing to do jumping jacks. I'm in my lounge shorts that I don't want to show you guys. And I just did a bunch of squats today with a, what is it, 20-pound bar, 25-pound bar, I think it was. I haven't lifted weights, trying to get back into lifting weights again. Nerd Perko, she's in a thong. Oh my god, no, I'm not. Lisa Boo goes, I've always loved cherry blossoms and hummingbirds, so maybe that's just not sure. Oh, I'm incorporating cherry blossoms into my. Lisa Boo goes, Grayson Report after dark. D Nice goes, permission to put tattoo ideas onto. Yeah, go for it. All right, guys, keep the questions going. I'll stay on for a few more minutes. D Nice goes, maybe we could come up with a Grayson Report wolf pack design. Oh, yeah, that would be cool. Bernadette goes, I did one sit up today. I sat up and ate dinner. I grabbed, I don't know how much weight is on that one, 15 or 20. I haven't done, I started back with the weights last week, and I could not move for a couple days. So I was like, no, I got to keep it up because I want to add it onto my routine. So I did some today. I know I'm going to fill it. D Nice goes, I lifted the dirty dishes and the trash to the curb. Friday is trash day. Mine is on Monday. Leonor goes, what weight did you use? I have a what do you call it? A bar. I have a 15-pound bar that I use to warm up with, and then I have that's one of those bars that just weigh 15 pounds, and then I have a bar that you can put the weights on that I use to lift with, and then I have like the weights, and I hadn't done any lifting for like a year. It's been a while, and then I started doing some spring cleaning. I was like, oh, I've got room now. Or like more room, so I was like, let's get back into it, because I'm more of a cardio girl. I like to walk and kickbox and bike and hike. I like being active, I guess, like moving around. Leonor goes, how many reps and sets? I do, Leonor, I use a fitness program. It's probably, I like Les Mills. So I've been using that program, and they have body pump on there. They also have, I want to try out strength development. They have a program on called strength development as well. But they do like clean and presses, all kinds. But I only do like 30 minutes of the program. Once I get used to it, I'm going to up it. D Nice goes, the heaviest weight I have is a 15-pound kettlebell, 5 and 10-pound dumbbells, and a resistant band. I think I have 6-pound weights, hand weights, and 1 8-pound. Project Metal Music goes, I miss weight training. The place I used to work out, I used to move 20 tones a week by hand. Wow. Dusty goes, I just had a bone density test, said I'm in great condition for my age. My doctor was surprised. Bernie Dick goes, I actually have been working out and losing weight, so I'm happy about that. I walk a lot and do the lazy girl workout method. Been working. Woohoo. Oh, that's cool. Leonor goes, I know Les Mills. Cool, worked with them. Cool. Yeah, it's my favorite program. I do body combat too. And sprint from it. That's what I use. I love Les Mills. D Nice will probably be doing more kayaking next week, another vacation, but with my man's immediate family. Oh, cool. Kyle goes, a 50-pound AD 4K kiddo is my exercise. And I walk a lot, so that's... Wendy goes, Tennessee, great place to boat and fish. I mean, if I lived by a lake, I'd probably I'd probably so love it. Because I prefer lakes. I like lakes over like the beach, I guess. I'm more of a cabin in the woods type of person with the lake. D Nice goes, Maya can run up steps, so I've been doing that as well. I do steps. I'll go up and down stairs. I'll do stairs. All right, guys. Any last minute questions before I end this stream? Thank you, Leonora. Say bravo, Lisa. Lisa Boo goes, thank you, Lisa. D Nice is on the replay crew. Nothing wrong with that. Wendy, Lisa, great chat. Great chat. Carol goes, I move rocks for my weightlifting. Hey, nothing wrong with that. It works too. All right, guys, I am going to end the stream here. Thank you for joining me with this edition of Grayson Report. I will see you on the next one. I believe this weekend I'm going to a music festival, so I may not make it on Saturday. So just keep a lookout on my socials, but I may have a video for you, or just a regular video for you to keep you occupied. But I'll see you on the next one. Stay spooky, sweet nightmares, and I'll see you on the next one. Good night, guys. You guys are awesome.